Hello and welcome to Climbing Daily. It's been a while since we caught up with Alex Megos, and he happened to be outdoor at the same time as us. So I took the opportunity to have a bit of a chat. Alex, nice to see you again. Last time we caught up with you, we were in Stockholm for the Black Diamond project.
Yeah, I could not climb back then, because I just had a cortisone injection the day before. So, yep, since then, a lot of stuff happened. Yeah, I can climb again now, which is awesome.
That's good, because you were injured and yet you were still sort of winning quiff, for example, stuff like that. So what have you been up to since I last saw you? Just give me a sort of a rundown.
Pretty much I just got back into climbing after the injury, started really easy, went to the quiff first of all, went to Chile as well for 2 weeks, participated in the Master the Boulder over there, and checked out a few areas over there, and that was pretty much the first trip where I actually could start climbing properly again and try a little bit harder.
Let's talk a bit about the injury, because it's quite interesting to see someone climbing at such a high level in that recovery process.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who get injured all the time. Is it frustrating to sort of battle with that and have to constantly be patient?
It is super frustrating. I mean, it was my first injury ever, and it took me out for almost 4 months. So from the point where it started till the point where I could sort of try hard again, it was 4 months, and it was a really tough time for me. Since it was my first injury, I was struggling quite a lot. It was the first time that I was not able to go climbing all the time, so I had to find other things to do. I had to occupy myself and got a little bit into handstanding, tried out different things and just had a bit of a play, and surprisingly it worked out, and I'm still happy that I can climb again now.
We were speaking earlier today and we had people weirdly talking about trad climbing quite a lot.
Yeah.
Because we know you as you do a lot of sport climbing, a lot of bouldering, and then you did that E10 in Canada. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. That was just a one-day thing pretty much, and I knew about the path from Sonny, and I knew that he did the first ascent in 2007, I believe it was, and I heard about it being really, really cool, so just a nice climb. So I thought, you know what, if I go trad climbing, this is something I'd like to try, especially because it's hard as well. So it's not just, okay, we're having a rest day and we're going trad climbing, because it's anyway super easy. So this is actually combining the sport aspect with the mental aspect, and that's something that I do enjoy definitely, and that's why I thought, okay, if I'm going for trad climbing, then that's what I'm going for. And it worked out, and I flashed it, which was awesome.
And we talked before about how someone had to shout the gear placement up to you.
Exactly. So Sonny was pretty much shouting up climbing beta and as well gear placement beta. So next to shouting up, take that crimp on your left now and put up your foot as well, was shouting up, the blue cam now in that crack over there. So a little bit higher, a little bit further to the left. So it was I must have been pretty hilarious watching, I guess.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it, yeah. And we're here in Outdoor, which is, for people who don't know, this is a massive sort of trade show, outdoor show, and we're here at the Tenaya stand. And something kind of which I'm finding more interesting, is shoe choice for certain routes.
Yeah.
I mean, how long have you been climbing with Tenaya, and why, number one, do you like their shoes so much?
So I've been climbing with Tenaya for 8 years now, I think, so quite a while. They were one of my first sponsors, and they just approached me and asked me, do you want to get some free shoes, and do you want to have some sort of sponsoring with us? And I said, well, I would like to try the shoes, and I tried them, I liked them, and ever since, it was not that I never tried any other shoes. So sometimes companies would approach me and say, would you like to test our shoes? And then I would say yes, of course, just to see how it is. But I always felt that Tenaya was the one shoe that fitted my foot perfectly and that I could really climb confident in. So since then, I'm super happy with them and just really enjoy climbing with Tenayas.
What was the shoe you used for your hardest ever climb? Do you remember?
It is either the Ati or the Oasi. It always depends. They're slightly different, but they're technically very similar. For example, the Ati has got a bit of a harder heel, so sometimes on some heel hooks I prefer this one. The Oasi is a tiny bit softer, so sometimes when you've got a route which is has got a few smears, then maybe the Oasi is better. It always depends, but I really like climbing with the Ati. Very seldomly when there's a very vertical route with tiny footholds, I like the Tarifa as well, the yellow one with laces, just because it's a bit stiffer, and with the laces you can really tighten it, so feels awesome in tiny footholds.
So future plans from this point on? I know you're on a trip with Liam at the moment, as you mentioned earlier, but where are you headed to next if we're going to follow you?
Well, I'm gonna heading to Rocklands actually in July for a bit of bouldering again.
What is it about Rocklands? Because like everyone is going to Rocklands.
Exactly.
It's huge.
That's why I decided to go as well. I think it'll be fun to meet everybody.
There's going to be a strong crew out there, isn't there?
Definitely, yeah. Strong crew means always lots of pads and means maybe you can sneak a little bit of beta from somebody. Always helpful.
This is very true. Okay, so favorite crag in the world, if you had to pick anywhere?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Obviously the Frankenjura. I mean, the Frankenjura is just the best area in the world and it's got the best crags on this planet, for sure, hands down.
Worst boulder you've ever climbed?
Worst boulder? Oh gosh, that's a good question. I wouldn't even know. I've climbed quite a few shitty ones, I guess.
Nice. Proudest achievement outside of climbing?
Proudest achievement outside of climbing? Having a photo published in a magazine that I took and that was not from me. So that was not me on the picture, so I took the picture. That was awesome.
Well, man, thanks so much for spending the time with me today.
Welcome.
Always like cool to see what you get up to next. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. See you guys.
Thanks, Alex. He's absolutely killing it in Rocklands at the moment, so make sure you check out his Instagram for more updates. Don't know if you guys can hear the rain here, but it's absolutely pouring it down. Hope the weather's better where you are. Thanks for watching. See you soon.